I'm going to show you how to put in a new nozzle or replace an existing nozzle in Hunter PGP. Now we'll be using the PGP, but the PGP ADJ, the I series like the I-20, the PGP Ultra and the PGJ are all changed in the exact same way. The only difference is the shape of the nozzles. But trust me, it looks a lot more complicated than it is. All that you're going to need is the Hunter tool, or if you have a PGP Ultra, I-20 or PGJ, you can use a flathead screwdriver, and the nozzle itself. Now, though it's not strictly required, I do highly recommend the nozzle insertion collar. This holds the turret in place, which you can find is very handy. It's very difficult to hold it in place while at the same time you handle a nozzle. Additionally, nozzles should never be replaced while the rotor is running. The only exception to this is when adjusting the Hunter I-20. It has a shutoff valve that can stop the flow of water, allowing easier nozzle access. All right, let's demonstrate. The first step in putting in a new nozzle or replacing an existing one is to insert the white end of the Hunter tool into the pull-up socket on the top of the rotor. Then turn it 90 degrees and lift up and clip it in place with the collar. And there we are. Now we have an exposed nozzle slot. Just remember, never use a metal tool on the stem. It may sound great in theory, but you don't want to use channel locks, pliers, or wrenches to hold up the turret. It can scratch the turret, which over time is going to cause friction that wears against the seals, and eventually it's going to start leaking. And when the seals are leaking, it's not going to be able to hold pressure underneath the turret, so it might not pop up. And even if it does, it's going to be spraying water where you damage the seal. At that point in time, the entire rotor has to be replaced. If you've ever had a rotor suddenly stop popping up, that could be why. Instead, grip the turret like this. If you're replacing or putting in a new one, the next step is the same either way, and you want to make sure that the set screw is fully retracted, either so you can get the existing nozzle out or so you have room to get the new nozzle in. To retract the set screw, you want to use the Allen wrench key end of the Hunter tool, and you place it into the radius adjustment socket. There's a set screw inside, and that screw is what holds the nozzle in place. That screw that we're retracting is also one that adjusts the radius. On the PGP Ultra, I-20, and PGJ, you can also use a flathead screwdriver to retract the set screw. Once the screw is retracted, if you're replacing a nozzle, we want to get the existing one out. You can use quite a few different things for that. You could use the Allen wrench key into this, get in there and pop it out. You could use a set of needle nose pliers, or you could even use a flathead screwdriver, whatever works best for you. Now you're ready to put your new nozzle in. Some Hunter rotors, like the PGP ADJ, have a little slot at top that's for the nozzle identification plug. All that is a little plug that comes on your nozzle tree that identifies what nozzle's in there. So you can tell just by looking at the top what nozzle you have installed. The nozzle identification plug is totally optional, but great to use if you want a quick way to keep track of your nozzles. To insert the nozzle, align it in the correct direction. You know it's in the correct direction because the numbers on it that indicate its flow rate should be facing up, so you could read them as normal if you were facing them. Align your nozzle with the nozzle socket and push until it kind of clicks into place. Once you've got it popped in, the only step left is to tighten back down the set screw so that it holds the nozzle in place. If you forget this step, the first time you run water through it, that nozzle is going to go flying. Keep in mind that if you're using an Allen wrench instead of the tool, specifically with the ADJ, is that if you turn it too far, about 5 full turns, you'll thread it all the way through and it will fall out of the rotor. The Hunter tool will let you know you've gone too far. If you threaded the screw as far as it will go, you've gone too far. Back the screw off a bit and check to make sure the set screw is threaded in. Now, if the radius screw does fall out, don't worry, just find the screw and thread it back in from where it fell out. Now, all there is to do is to check your system and the radius, making any necessary fine-tune adjustments to your radius with the set screw. Now all we have to do is remove our collar and our rotor's ready to go. To adjust your Hunter rotor using the sockets on the rubber cap, like the distance it throws and the angle it turns, check out the video in the top right or description below.